I do what I do.
The same that the Yazidis use in their propaganda against the Jews. Genetic inferiority. That's what they said about it. That's what they said. Even though Jewish people have the highest IQ amongst all groups that I know of. One of the highest. Look at some of your greatest inventors, Einstein, all these other folk. But nevertheless, that lie paved the way for concentration camps. Now look, let's look at the FBI data. Let's look at their statistics. The FBI says this. So it's not like they don't know it's a lie. Okay? This is from 2019. I put the chart up. White victims of unalivement. 3,299 that year. Okay? Of those, 2,594, almost 2,600 of that 3,300 were white people killed unalived by other white people. That's 8 out of 10. How many unalived by black people? 566. Okay? That's what I need you to understand. So the FBI itself tells us that the majority of whites who are unalived in America are unalived by other white people. It's a proximity cry. Do y'all live next to white people? Okay, we don't live, look, let me just, for everybody looking over, we don't even live here in America. We are still segregated by choice. We barely even see white people unless you live in the mixed neighborhood or whatnot. Okay? People, unalived people who they live around. White people live around white people. Black people live around black people. That's why black victims overwhelmingly are unalived by other black offenders. Specifically, 2,574 black people. Okay? Black offenders have unalived let me say it like this. There's 2,906 black people who are unalived in 2023. 2,574 were unalived by other black people. It's not culture, it's genetics. Okay, it's not genetics, it's geography. It's not culture, it's not genetics, it's geography. It is sociology. So when you have people like Mr. Kirk, okay, they leave this out of context. It strips the numbers from their environment and calls it proof. But the numbers without context, that's not science. That's just propaganda. So, you have somebody, he'll say, I'm just stating facts. But this is the same so-called neutral mass that you saw Shockley wore when he called his project raceology. When you present selective statistics without the context of housing, segregation, economic exclusion, poverty, and social proximity, you're not speaking as a scientist, you're speaking as a propagandist. So let us ask the question directly. If the FBI tells us that nearly 80% of white people are unalived by other white people, why does Mr. Kirk and the people like him and all these other folk, these white nationalists, why do they say the danger is black men? Or black people? Why ignore the far larger problem? The answer is not in the data. The answer is in the system that needs black people framed as a threat in order to preserve white dominance. And let us be very clear about something. This is not an academic debate. These are just straight up lies. You see? And these lies kill. When you label a whole community as a threat to white people, you invite police to treat them as dangerous before they even speak. You justify harsher sentences, longer stops, and more deadly force. Propaganda always precedes policy, and policy destroys lives. So I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Racism is not just one person's prejudice. It's a global system of white supremacy maintained through lies, through propaganda, through distortions, like the one you just heard. Those two. If we don't challenge those openly, family, if we let them stand, then we make concentration camps and prisons and lynch mobs possible. So I don't just reject these white nationalist talking points and these talking points in Mr. Kirk's. I name it. I name it for what it is: a deliberate distortion designed to shift blame, designed to criminalize blackness, designed to protect a system that fears equality more than it fears violence. Now look here. Okay? Lies about us. And just like that, in the past 15 minutes, right? Number one, that we're and dispel them, that black folk, specifically black men, are a violent threat to white people, and that black men don't raise their children and put them under the light, just like we've been taught by our ancestors. And we stripped away the mask. We dragged the missing context back and showed how these so-called facts are really just propaganda. The FBI's own data proves that the unalived rate is overwhelmingly a proximity crime, not a racial one. The CDC's own studies prove that black fathers who live with their children are more engaged than any other group in America. Yet the system needs these lies to live because they justify the policies that police us, incarcerate us, and starve our community of resources. And this is why this work that I'm doing matters. Lies about us don't just live in textbooks or social media, TikTok and X. They shape laws and shape courts and shape jobs. They shape our children, how they're treated, and they're weapons aimed at our survival. By confronting them openly, by exposing them for what they are, we take the first step toward disarming them. And the truth is not just defense, it is offense. It's how we protect our families, how we reclaim our dignity, and how we make sure the next generation grows up knowing not just who they are, but what they're worth. Now, as I stated earlier, we are living in a racially charged, hostile American environment, and this is not new. And for some people, especially immigrants, those who've been shielded by us, this is their first time seeing America for what it really is. But for foundational Black Americans, this is nothing new. We have seen this before. We've lived it before. We have survived it before. Every time we've gained freedom, wealth, a political voice, there's been a violent backlash waiting right around the corner. And what they're seeing now firsthand, our ancestors saw in blood and fire for generations. And so to understand where Black America, why we move the way we do, why our culture is built for survival and resilience, and why we fight, we need to look back at the record from Memphis in 1866, where freedmen were unalived just for trying to live, to Tulsa in 1921, one of the wealthiest Black communities in America was burned to the ground. The story's the same. When we rise, white rage strikes. And that's not speculation, that's history. And the receipts are written in massacres and burned homes and stolen land. Talk to me now. I want to tell you about some of this. Look, Memphis, Tennessee, 1866, fresh out of slavery. It became the stage for one of the first major outbursts of white rage during the Reconstruction era. White cops and mobs turned their fury on Black Union veterans. These are soldiers. What began as a confrontation escalated into 3 days of terror. Homes, Black homes were burned, Black churches were burned, schools built by freedmen were burned to the ground. And the white folks, the white mob was emboldened by the police and the city officials. What's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome to the broadcast. This is Uncle D. People wash their ass in the tub, Kamala Harris.
You were tuned in to Uncle D. This Black man talk. Pull up, homie, take a seat. Don't be a shadow watcher every day. You learn something, then you earn something. Let them know and drop some money in the plate. It's getting cold, ladies, talking ratchet. Blizzard King here, grab your coat, zip your jacket. Keep quiet for a second, close your jaw. Attorney Spurling, this ain't pearly, know the law. Talking Constitution, pushing pins when he shooting, give him that. Masculinity, just for the record, sprinkle that. You can keep your cat, gotta cut it. Only cat he rubbing, gotta love it. I call it Molly Buddy. Gotta vote your interest, voting earns. Presidential, this is for the money that I earn. When you gon' learn, my people, that evil mixed with evil. No matter what you're doing, baby, this ain't equal. Sometimes when you're special, you get hated. The test is for the best, you're damn right, my people made it. Uncle D, Blizzard King, you been served, gotta notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now.
Hey man, I'll do what I do.
Somebody need to whip your ass.
Get up and whip him, Sweets.
Hey, don't be putting the money in my hand all rough.
Take your ass out here. You buy you a Floby and cut your own damn hair from now on.